All right, here we are. So penguins and mapping penguins. The recording got snafu'd on this, so so we will have a look. So here's the British Antarctic Survey. So penguin page. This today. Oh gosh, look at this look at this puppy. Oh, this is a little segue into the. Oh, it's not going to show it. There you go. Penguin launching itself 3 feet out of the water. How can they possibly do this? This is going to be an assignment slightly later on animal physiology, which we have to do is how do penguins do that? How do they actually launch themselves out of the water like that? They shouldn't be able to do so. Fat little wedge-butted balls of blubber. But darn cute. Oh, what else should we do? All right, so let's go to data and find data sets. And we'll search for penguins. Here we go. A GPS and time to deck tracking recorded of chinstrap penguins breedings on the South Orkney Islands. I think it did Signy Islands the last time. There we go. From the Adelie and chinstrap penguins from the Signy Islands. That's the one we're going to do. And so we're going to click on this and we're like, oh, yeah, get data. So we're going to click on the get data access. And yes, this is different on every single page. You're going to find it's 185 megabytes. I hate. So anyway, we're going to click on the Signy 2008. Unfortunately, it doesn't make us download the whole darn thing. And you're like, oh, how would we put all these together? Unfortunately, I've done that for you. Downloaded them all and then put them all together for the Adelies, which actually doesn't take that long. It's a little tiny R script, or you can just cut and paste, but that would take like 45 minutes to 4 hours, depending on your skills. So let's go to middle. The login to marine bio. And then can't remember whether I put that at the top or not. Penguin data. Yeah, I should have just searched on penguin. Right next to penguin map. So it has all the DILI files there and it downloaded fairly quickly. I'm going to, oopsies. And I'm going to just rename mine 3 so that I don't have the funky names in it. And I'm going to right click and extract all. Mac people, you don't have to do this, but PC people, you do. And lo and behold, we have our all the DILI files here, and mine will open up in Excel. You double click on this, you might see it in numbers or something else. And so you see we have the run number, latitudes and longitudes, where I got it. Okay, and then number of satellites, whether it's on land or in the ocean, blah, 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 what penguin number it was, so we could attach it to other data and get depth and do all kinds of fun stuff with this data, but we're not going to. We're just going to map this one. And so we'll go to File and Close. And I do that so it leaves Excel open if I need to go back and get it. Weird. New project with QGIS open. It's crashed, so I will reopen it. Blank project. We are going to go to layer, add layer, add the limited text layer. 3 dots over here. We are going to browse through our downloads, Aladili file 2. And if it doesn't say latitude, you might see something that looks like this with geometry not open. Open it, make sure you select latitude and longitude, and that EPSG 4326 is here. We're going to do add and close. Whoa, penguins. We are going to go to properties and symbology, and we're going to go to categorized, and we're going to do this by penguin. We will click classify and apply. And okay. And that's very cool. So clearly this must be Signy Island here. And this must be out in the ocean, but we're not really sure. So when we slide down over here in our tiles, you will probably just see OpenStreetMap. So if we click on OpenStreetMap, it does that. We can drag it below, and sure enough, we can zoom in, and that's Coronation Island. And here we go. This is Signy Island, and yay, there's Robin Peak. So we know a little bit about it, but it would be kind of nice to look at this on top of like Bing. So I'm backing up here. How would I get a Bing layer? And no, I did an XYZ tile, right? I just did that. And you see a bunch of Bings for me, but you don't see one. So I'm in QGIS and I want Bing tiles. So I could have just given it to you, but you're going to forget anyway. And so we'll do QGIS. We're all used to, and X, Y, Z tiles. Oh gosh, it's so used to the search, it types it in for me. And BING. Stack, add export. Mapscaping. I like the mapscaping one. So if you don't see it, just go ahead and IGESmap probably works too, but it has more info in it. So you could type in mapscaping as well. You don't know that now, but you do now. And you'll see, oh, there's Google. You could do Google, Bing. And so we're just going to select that URL. Please don't click on it. And a Control C. We will go back to our QGIS, click on XYZ tiles, right click in new connection where it says URL. That's where we're going to paste the URL. And I'm going to call this Bing 3000. It's an Iron Man reference. All right. And now I have Bing 3000 and I drop it down one more time. I'm going to remove my OpenStreetMap because it's kind of in the way. And yay. So this is kind of sort of cool. Looks a little frozen. Looks icy. Of course, it is in the Antarctic. Looks like a little tiny mini version of Italy with the boot there. But I'm going to zoom in to see if they pet penguins. Do they take penguins home with them? I would. I mean, except they're like stinky. And so it's like, oh, look, all these penguins walking across land to go over here to the field station. So there they are. I'm going to turn off the penguins and zoom in. Oh my gosh, look at that. They take penguins home and they pet them. They cuddle with penguins. And they're getting paid millions of dollars per year. Now, these are already scientists that probably get paid like $85,000. And their spouses want to divorce them because they're gone like forever. And they're up there cuddling, trying to keep warm with one another. But at 1 shower a week, yeah, you know how it goes. And these are releases and checks. This is where they go to do the fitting in that. So lots of penguins have been there. Probably the penguins aren't walking across the ice. Note the flow, note the direction here. Learning something about research. That's probably the snowmobile or the quad track or whatever they've got there. We could probably zoom in and see one of them. And this is where the penguins actually hang out, right? We're gonna zoom into the breederful area. It's like, what? Turn it on. They like just hang out there. Is there something special about that? Oh, it's actually pretty close to the. Ooh, it's really close to the water. So lots of easy access. This is where they get in and out of the water. Those are the land ones. It's like they all huddle around there waiting for leopard seals to munch them. Or not. That was kind of cool. So we're going to go back to zoom to our layer. Pretty cool. We now are going to save, call it penguins. We're going to do a project, new print layout, call it Signy. And all right, and it's going to give us this. There's a little map drawer tool here, and we are going to lay our map in there. It's going to surrender a map. Yippity. We are going to add a legend here. We really don't want Bing 3000 on it, so we're going to pick off auto update, click on Bing 3000, click on minus. We'll double click on that. I don't want it to say all the Delhi files. It's going to be penguin number. Number. I'm outlining a while. All right, and now I go back and now it says penguin number. We have it like this. Good. I'd like to click back on the map here. Notice it creates the little corner marks. Click on grid. We're going to add a grid. Click on the grid again so it turns blue. Click on modify that grid. We are going to make sure we're using the EPSG. We will do 0.5 and 0.5. But probably could have done 1 and 1. We'll click on the line here and make it blue so it's more visible. Nifty. And then the back arrow. We want it dotted. Dotted blue. Dotted blue is good. And then go back. We will now give it a plane. We'll do a zebra nautical. Which will be blue. And blue. And so there we go. So we have that. We'd also like to put the where it is on the planet so people don't think these are northern penguins. Click on draw coordinates. There we are. We'd really rather they have a precision of 3, but of 0 because they don't need it. Click on font. I'd like them to be a little bigger. Let them also be blue. And I like them to be a little bigger. And we need sort of a pirate font. Yeah, now we can go back and we are good. We will click save because we want to save that. Then we will go to layout, export as PDF, Signy, and then you're going to put your name on it because you're going to turn this in. And so I'm just going to put Pelkey and save. And I sadly put that in some place called GPOEs. That was a dumb place to put it. And ta-da, there you go. So now you've done a pretty nice map of uh, of the penguin dispersal behavior from around Sydney. But I said they swam a long way sometime, I think in class. And I'm like, so now we will go to back to QGIS. So people know just how far this is. We will add a scale bar down in here. And no one can see. We'll put a white background on it so people can see it. And you're like, oh. All right. So you can see that they're swimming a long way. So they're just bobbing around, eating some fish, bringing them back to the chicks, puking down their throats. It's awesome. Wouldn't you love to be a penguin? Save. And you can re-export this and upload it to the lovely place in here where it says Penguin Map. For those of you who haven't submitted it, that's the penguin gig. Penguins are fun. If anybody's really interested in looking deeper at the behavior of these when they go up and down, days when they do things and don't do things, that would be a fine exercise if you want to learn more about penguins and the things Spheniscidae.